Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be doing speed reviews for the month of March. So I have my 5 products that I received from Ipsy this month to review, and let's go ahead and get started because I no longer remember how to film anymore because it's been 3 weeks, 4 weeks since I filmed, so we'll try to get through this in one piece. The first product we're going to talk about today is the Dewy Skin Vitamin C Glass Glow Primer from Ciate. Man, Ciate makes amazing complexion products. All of their primers are so good. They're particularly good if you have dry skin. So I would say that most of their primers, like for example, I have one here on my vanity. This is their Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer. This is also really great if you have dry skin, but this one is in a class of its own. The texture of this is really amazing. You use just the tiniest amount and it like goes over your skin and somehow smooths out all of your pores to literally give you that, like it says in the name, that glass effect. And so your makeup just goes on so smoothly, and it's so nice. It does dry down to a little bit of a tacky finish as well, so it works well with foundations, and I really like this. I will say that it also has, let me actually give you a quick description. The ingredients include vitamin C, dragon fruit extract, rehydrating hyaluronic acid, moisture boosting yuzu extract, and nourishing vitamin E. And so all in all, if you are looking for a primer that's going to give you that glass skin effect, even if you're slightly oily like me or really oily like me, I still really like this primer because of the way that it just makes my skin feel and the way that my foundation goes on top. So way to go, Ciate. Absolutely love this. Let's talk about the complexion product that I didn't like in this month's box. So this is the Pink Lips Loose Setting Powder in the shade Banana. I have actually not met a setting powder or a loose setting powder that I didn't like this much. So I will show you the reason why I don't really like it, and it's because it does this weird thing, and I'm hoping that we might be able to zoom in just a little bit. I'm not sure if it's the way that this is packaged, but the powders like stick together when they're in this format. So then when you pick it up with a brush, it just feels like, I don't know. It's very weird. I've never had a powder not swish like well together and evenly on your brush. Like this just feels like it sticks together, it sticks to itself, and it's just a weird experience. I can't tell if it's because it's so finely milled and that's what they were going for, but it's not my favorite loose setting powder. Again, I don't know if it's because of the packaging. I feel like actually if they went with instead of using the holes, like the perforated top, if they went with like kind of like a mesh, I actually wonder if this product would work a little bit better. It's just really odd. And then I don't know. I struggled with it, and so I don't think I would recommend this powder, but the primer was really good. So let's go ahead and talk about what is on my eyes. And so I am wearing the Viseart Petite Pro 3 palette. It's in French, but I don't speak French, so I'm not gonna try. I don't want to butcher it. So here is the palette. It's super adorable, travel size. I actually have version 2 of this as well, so I was super excited to get the third one. If you have not tried Viseart's eyeshadows, you should. They're really good. Very smooth, very easy to blend out. Their mattes are really nice, very pigmented as well. And then their metallics are so gorgeous. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and swatch the 2 shades in here that I think are just really special. So you have this lime green that is gorgeous, and then also this really hot pink magenta-y kind of a shade. And you can just see that it's so easy to blend out. I would say if you are a beginner to eyeshadow and you are looking for a, more of a high-end brand to try out their different eyeshadows and stuff, I would definitely recommend checking out their Petite palettes. I think they're a fantastic way to just get introduced to the brand and also get introduced to eyeshadow. And again, if you are a traveler like me, this is super helpful to have on hand. Plus the packaging is just really cute. I like that it's like the trifold. I don't know, it's different. I like it. And then let's talk about mascara. So I feel like I spent the better part of this week having a love-hate relationship with this mascara. So this is from the brand Chella, and this is their Good Drama Mascara. So this is the wand. It is that sort of a spiky plastic brush that usually means that you can get a decent amount of volume and separation. And this one, I swear this is like this is one of those mascaras where it works really, really well if you just want to do one coat of mascara and go out the door. But the second you start to layer on a second layer or a third coat, it just starts clumping. And the formula is kind of wet, but it's not that sort of like particly wet, if that makes sense. Like there's not a good balance of like particles versus the liquid. And so it's just this liquid thing, and then it binds itself together, and it just ends up giving you that kind of cyclopsy spidery eye that I'm not a huge fan of. And so this one just made me miss my current favorite, which is the YSL Lash Clash mascara. I much prefer this mascara way more than this one, so just something to take a note of. Wear time on this though isn't bad. It does last throughout the day. I just found myself struggling with it so much in the morning. Like I'd put on one coat and be like, yeah, not bad. And then I put on a second coat and be like, why did I do that? So that's my personal opinion on the mascara. So the last product we're going to talk about today is the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Taupe. This is a classic. Everyone knows that Anastasia has absolutely amazing brow products. The Brow Wiz has been around for a really long time. I was super excited to get it in this month's box because I haven't used it in a really long time, and the Taupe shade is exactly the shade that I would go for. And I remembered actually why I haven't repurchased this brow pencil. It's one of those brow pencils where, and I think it's because it's so skinny, which is nice because you can then create a really, really precise line and really mimic a brow hair. But every time I use this to fill in my brows, I have the sneaking suspicion that like it feels like a $3 a day brow product, if that makes sense. Because as I use it, right, I can literally feel the product just like going away and the pencil just shrinking smaller and smaller every single time that I use it. And I just feel like I don't get my money's worth from the Brow Wiz. It's one of those things where I think, I don't know, maybe it's like a really personal problem that I have, but for me, for my brow pencils, particularly with something like, you know, the Tom Ford pencil or even the Charlotte Tilbury pencils or even the Hourglass pencils, right? Admittedly, the shape is a little bit different because they are quite a bit thicker and they're really made for that kind of definition work. But I just, from a cost perspective, I have a harder time justifying purchasing this one, even though the performance of it is really good, and I do really, really like the shade that it is. Like this Taupe shade is absolutely beautiful. So for me, the Brow Wiz is always going to be a staple product, I think. It's just that I don't find myself repurchasing it over and over again just because I feel like it's money down the drain every single time I draw in my brows. So that's just what I think. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this month's version of my speed reviews of these products, and if you liked this video, please feel free to subscribe to our channel, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye! Hey everyone, welcome to today's, that was really weird. Well, how do I do this again?
That's how you always do it.